Singaram Murugappan, a math teacher from Access High School. Today's lesson is about function representation and problem solving. As we will be solving a real world problem, in the process of learning the content for today's lesson, it is important to know the steps involved in solving a story or word problem. There are 5 steps in the process of solving a story problem. Step 1, to read the problem and identify what to be found. Step 2, identify given information. Step 3, formulate a strategy and necessary techniques, formulas to find the answer. Consider drawing a diagram or sketch, organize the information in a table, model the scenario using equations, inequalities, under graphs. Step 4, use appropriate tools including calculator, computers, etc. and techniques to simplify or solve the problem. Step 5, check your answer and make a formal statement to complete the problem. So let us consider the scenario given below. At a local fitness center, the following membership packages are allowed. Each package involves 2 kinds of fee. One is joining fee, the other one is monthly fee. For student package, one has to pay $20 joining fee and $19.50 every month. Adults package, $40 joining fee and $40 every month. Family package with 2 adults and all dependents in the family supposed to pay $80 joining fee and $75 monthly fee. For a family with single parent, it means 1 adult and any number of dependents in the family to pay $70 joining fee and $55 monthly fee. So we are to help Miss Jackson, who is a single parent, lives with her daughter, who is 16 years old, a sophomore at the local city high school. The question is to find out the cost of membership for each of the first 6 months for Miss Jackson alone, B, for Miss Jackson's daughter alone, C, for Miss Jackson's family, D, use all this information to find which membership package or packages would be beneficial for Miss Jackson's family for each of the first 6 months. Explain your answer. Let us follow through the steps to solve a story or word problem, because there are 5 steps involved in it. So we are going to go over each of the steps. Step 1, so we need to read the problem and identify what is to be found. As we just read it, clearly I read it aloud. So let me restate the problem. So we need to find membership cost for Miss Jackson's and her daughter's individual packages, and then for the family package for each of the first 6 months. And also to find which subscription package or packages would be beneficial for Miss Jackson's family and explain our answer. Step 2, identify the given information. We have been given the membership pricing for different types of packages. Miss Jackson's family consists of herself and her daughter, who is 16 years old, a sophomore. And step 3 to 3, 4, 5 to be done for each of the parts from A through D. So let us just go through those 3 steps that we need to do. So step 3 is to plan our strategy. Step 4 is to execute the plan. Step 5 is to check our answer and give a formal statement. So we are going to go through each of these steps for each of the parts A through D. Step 3 for part A. Part A is to find membership cost for Miss Jackson alone for each of the first 6 months. So we need to choose an appropriate package for Miss Jackson and find membership cost for each of the first 6 months as per the package pricing specifications. As Miss Jackson is an adult, we need to choose the individual adult package. The pricing for adult packages given in the problem is joining fee $40, monthly fee is $40. See, the joining fee we will be paying only once, but this monthly fee will be paying every month. So this is the one will be keep repeating. So we need to multiply this by number of months. So we are going to pay as many $40 as the number of months we are in the subscription. So it is 40, we add 40 times number of months. So to find membership cost for any number of months, we need to use the formula membership cost is equal to joining fee plus monthly fee times number of months. So that is $40 plus $40 times number of months. So we can write this as a function m sub adult of x, means adult membership function of x where x represents the number of months. That is, m sub adult of x is equal to 40 plus 40x. So we used an algebraic expression which is 40 plus 40x to model the situation. So this is called an algebraic expression of a function. So now we are going to execute the plan, the formula that we created in order to find the answers. So to find adult package cost for 1 month, we can substitute x equal to 1 for the number of months into the formula m sub adult of x equal to 40 plus 40x and evaluate it. So m sub adult of 1 equals 40 plus 40 times 1, the x becomes 1, which is equal to 40 times 1 is 40, 40 plus 40 is 80. So we could repeat this step for all the 6 months. So we replace this 1 by 2 and then 3, 4, 5, 6 to find each of the other months. So we are going to keep adding $40. So 80 plus 40, 120, 120 plus 40, 160, 160 plus 40, 200, 200 plus 40, 240, 240 plus 40 to 80. Or you could follow through the steps as explained here, you still get the same value. So now we designed a strategy and we executed it. Now we have to check our answer. That's step number 5. So step 5, check your answer and make a formal statement to complete the problem. So let us check using calculator for accuracy. So m sub adult of 1 is equal to 40 plus 40 times 1. So I'm going to bring my calculator up here. So these are the 6 things we need to verify. So let me bring my calculator. So I turn it on. So I'm going to plug in 40 plus 40 times 1. That's 80. Then I'm going to repeat the step that I did. Replace my number of months into 2. Then 120. Then for 3 months it is 160. Then for 4 months it is 200. Then for 5 months 240, then for 6 months 280. So obviously our answers are correct, and the conclusion is the membership cost for Ms. Jackson for 1 or 2 or 3 months are 80, 120, 160, 200, 240, 280 respectively. So this is the statement we conclude our answer. Though we have answered part A of the story problem, I'd like to show you different ways to represent the data, as it will make you comfortable to do the rest of the problem easily. So we can represent all these results that we found as ordered pairs. Like first month $80 like 1,80, second month $120, 2,120, and so on. 3 160, 4 200, 5 240, 6 240. This is another different ways of representing the number of months and the cost involved. So this representation is called representing a function as ordered pairs. So in each of the ordered pairs, the first value is called value of the independent variable, the input value or the x value, represent the number of months. And the second number, the second coordinate, are called the values of the dependent variable or output values or values of y. In this case, these are m sub adult of x. So these are representing the membership cost for that many months as the first coordinate is. So for example, the ordered pair 5, 240 represent the cost of adult membership for 5 months is $240. We can represent the ordered pairs in a table as well. The first column takes all the number of months, which is x, and the second column represents all the membership cost, which is m sub adult of x. So this is called table representation of a function. So here the set of input values, the x values are set to form a domain of the function, and the set of output values or range, the y values are set to form the range of the function m sub adult of x. So now we are going to see how we could use a calculator to create this table without going through for each one separate. So the same steps can be applied to 82 or 83 or 84, 83 plus, 84 plus calculators. So these are the steps. I'm going to walk you through each of the steps with a real calculator. Let me start my calculator, bring it up. So now this is the last screen we left on. So let us go to the, see, first we already turned on, so it is turned on. Now I'm going to go into my equation editor, that is y is equal to button, the blue button all the way at the top on the left side. So this is the equation editor screen. So this screen is screen. By chance, if you have other equations already printed, you could clear them off to bring to like blanks each equation editor screen. Then we are going to plug in this function, which is 40 plus 40x into y1. This represents our adult membership cost function. So it is 40 plus 40x. Once you will plug in the equation into the computer, the calculator, we are ready to see its graph, table, and many more information. So now we are interested in to see the table. So before we see the table, we have to set up the table, where we want to start, how the input value should be controlled. So the table set is above the button window, so that's the second function of the window. So press second window. Now see, we want to start from first, second, third month. So 0th month has no meaning in this case. So we want to start the table as 1. So change that 0 into 1. And we need to increase every time 1 month. So it is already 1. See, leave like this. The independent variable, the number of months, keep it as auto, because automatically it increase 1. So you don't have to do any setup for that. And dependent value will be controlled by our function, the equation. So we don't have to, so leave these two as auto. So now we are ready to see the table. To see the table, you have to press, that's the second function of the graph button. So it is second graph will bring you the table. So now you see exactly the same values that we found on different steps. So everything is at once now. So now we could also see this table, this data as a graph. So look at the graph. So your number of months are represented by x coordinate, the x-axis. The cost is the y coordinate, the y-axis. And first month $80, you see those coordinates, that the first dot, second dot, second month 120, third month 160. So each dot represents the number of months and the cost involved. And we just connect them to make a graph. Basically here there is no meaning for any points in between the dots, so but we still connect it. So it's a connected graph of the discrete function. So this is the graphical representation of the function we have just seen. As the graph of the function is a straight line, it is called a linear function. To view the graph on your graphing calculator, we have to follow through these steps. I'm going to show how to do each of these with a calculator. So let me bring the calculator back. It says press graph button. So now you really don't see the graph that you have to see, right? See, our function is correct, but the graph is not showing the thing what we want, because the window setup, see, you are in the wrong window. See, these are the negative numbers of the cost, these are the negative numbers of the number of months. So there is no negative input and negative cost. So we need to set, that's why we should be very careful about our domain and range. So now we are going to go to we are going to set up the window. So table, to set the window, press the window button. So we want the x minimum. See, there is no negative month, so we start from 0, go all the way up to 8. See, these are adjustable. You could have 6 or 10, whatever it is, it will work. But negative is really obviously no meaning. Then y minimum, there is no negative cost, so it is 0. And you know our cost goes all the way up to 280. So let us have 300. So leave this x scale, y scale, the resolution, everything same. So now if you press graph, you see what is there in the slide. So now if you really want to see some of the values, press the trace button. So for 4 months it is $200. So if you press 2 months, it brings you the value. For 6 months, it brings you the value. So for example, put for 10 months. So why it's going? Because your window doesn't have 10 in it. So go to your window. If you press this one as maybe 12, now you press 10 in your window, trace and then 10, you see the value now. So for 10 months, Miss Jackson has to pay $440. So it perfectly makes sense to know the technology, so you will go faster. So now you have all the different representation of the function. So for adult package, first thing we represent using a function, algebraic rule for 40 plus 40x, and then we represented using ordered pairs. Then we now have to represent using table, now the graph. So these are the four major representation of a function. So using algebraic rule, ordered pairs, tables, and graph. So each one of them has its own advantage and disadvantages. So knowing all these and having the connection, knowing the connection between them is very important to solve real life situation. Step 3 for part B. So part B is about what? Membership cost for Miss Jackson's daughter alone for each of the first 6 months. So let us see what the pricing says. So the pricing says for student package, joining fee is $20, monthly fee is $19.50 each month. So the formation of the formula is still the same. We pay this in the beginning, then every month we pay $19.50. So this is what we repeat. So we need to multiply this by number of months, because we'll be paying as many $19.50 as the number of months are. So it's going to look like this. So membership cost is joining fee plus monthly fee times number of months. So it is $20 for student package plus $19.50 monthly fee for student package times number of months. So this is the student package pricing. And now we look at the name of the function. We are creating a new function which is m sub student, not adult, m sub student of x. So the function is going to look like m sub student of x equals 20 plus 19.5x. So this is the algebraic representation of this function for students. So now we are going to use a calculator to bring up our table. We are not going to do individually because now we know how to use a calculator. So let me bring the calculator back up on the screen. So I turn it on. I go to y equals screen, the equation editor. So now I don't touch my first equation because we need that for down the problem for part D. So I'm going to keep y2. So it's the second equation. I'm going to put this is 20 plus 19.5x. So it is 20 plus 19.5x. So I have everything correct. So now I'm going to, we already have the table set up starting from first month, so we don't have to set again. So we could go to the table view. So now you already see your value for adults. Now you see the value for the students here. So it is first month $39.50, which is 20 plus 19.5. Then this is $59, 78.5. So now we have all the answers right here. So we may have to check it. That's we will be doing in our next step. So this is the table now. So we got all the monthly cost for Miss Jackson's daughter. So let us go back to the slideshow. Now we have the representation for the student package. So the algebraic rule is 20 plus 19.5x. The table created is first month 39.5, second month 59, and sixth month 137. So we have all these costs. The same thing is written as ordered pair, and this is the graph. So now we need to conclude it. So I'm leaving the checking part for yourself because you know how to do it. So you use a calculator to check all these values. So they will be correct. So the conclusion is The membership cost for Ms. Jackson's daughter for first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth months are respectively these values: 39.50, 59, 79, 78.50, 98, 117.50, and 137.50 respectively. Step 3 for Part C. We need to find membership cost for Ms. Jackson's family, not as a whole, not individual, for each of the first 6 months. So we need to first choose an appropriate package for Ms. Jackson family and find the membership cost for first 6 months as per the package pricing specifications. So as Ms. Jackson's family has only one adult, herself, we need to choose a family with single parent package. The pricing for family with single parent package as given in the problem is joining fee $70 and monthly fee $55 thereafter. So it is $70 plus 55 times number of months. So that's function membership cost is this. So it is 70 plus 55 times number of months, which is now I named this as membership sub single parent family. So SP family of X. So the function is 70 plus 55X. So now we are going to use the calculator. These are the steps we have to follow. This is similar to the same what we did for adult and student package. So let me bring my calculator up on the screen. So I turn it on, go to the equation editor. So now I'm going to plug in my function into Y3. So which is 70 plus 55x, and table set is still the same. So I'm going to view the table, second table, and I have now I don't see the third column. This is for adults package, student package. So see, it says if you don't see Y3 column, press right navigation button until you see Y3 column. So these are the navigation buttons. So right navigation buttons takes you through Y3. So now these are the costs. So as a family, they have to pay $125 for the first month. If they keep for second month, the membership cost for 2 months is $180, for 3 months is $235, and so on. So when they finish 6 months, they might have paid for $400. So this is the cost of membership for 6 months. So each one is total cost for as many months. Okay. So now we have to check our answer. Let us go back to the PowerPoint presentation. So now single parent family package, that's a function 70 plus 55x. This is the ordered pair. The representation as an ordered pair. That's the table graph. I didn't show you how to see the graph. Let me again bring the calculator. So if you want to see the graph, just now you see 3 different graphs. The reason is we have 3 different functions in our equation. So to know which one is what, if you press on trace, now your cursor blinking is on Y1, which is the adult package. So for 6 months, the adult package costs $280. So if you press your right or left, you just toggle between the functions. So now, up or down, the right or left will trace you through the function, same function, but the top or bottom, the up or down will toggle between the functions. So now you go to Y3, which is the single parent family package, which is 70 plus 55x. So now you see, this is what I said, there is no meaning by a connected line. So there is no 6.127 months subscription. So we need to make this as meaningful subscription. So if your input is 5, for 5 months, one has to pay nearly $345 in total. So keeping the membership for 5 months will cost $345 through family membership. So if you toggle again, that's a student membership. So that is for, again, see, you have to keep changing the input. So this is just for the daughter. So this is how you really use the graph utility, the graphing view to the presentation. So these are the different representation for single parent family package. Now the checking of the answer, I leave it to yourself. So you can check the answers using a calculator for accuracy. So we already see all these values being in the calculator. So the conclusion is the membership cost for Miss Jackson's family for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 months are all these 125, 180, 235, 290, 345 and 400. Part D. Which membership package or packages would be beneficial for Miss Jackson's family if both mom and daughter to remain subscribed for each of the first 6 months? Explain your answer. So there are two choices for Miss Jackson's family. Either they could have two individual packages, one for herself, the other one for her daughter, an adult package plus student package, or the single parent family package for both together. So this is what we did in our part C. So we know exactly the cost for each of the 6 months. But this one we know separately. This is adult package we discussed in part A, student package we discussed in part B. Now we need to add these two together. So this is the only thing we have to do. Then we have to compare with this. So the combined membership cost is membership cost for adults plus membership cost for students. This is in y1, this is in y2. So we need to create a function by adding y1 and y2. So we could do this directly into the calculator. I'm going to bring my calculator onto the screen, then go from there. So let us go into our equation editor. This is adult, student, single parent family. Now we are going to create y4 by adding our y1 and y2 together. So we are going to create an equation into y4 as y1 plus y2. So to exactly bring this y1 and y2, there are certain buttons you have to press through it. I explained them here. So it is going to be the variables. See, the y1 and y2, these are the dependent variable names. So they are found in variable button. So press the variables button below the down navigation button. Now the y variables navigate to the press the right button, right navigation button. Now these are the functions. So press 1. Now we need to choose y1. So y1 brought into y4, then add y2. So go to the same thing, variables, y-vars, function, y2 is number 2. So now y4 is y1 plus y2. So we just I follow through all these. So remember, so when you start your screen, your cursor may be in a different location. The first thing is you have to bring your cursor to y4. Then you have to bring your y1 and y2 by pressing the the variable button, and then y-vars, then function, then 1, 2. So that brings your y1 plus y2. The table set is already done, so we go and view the table by second graph. Now we see the y1 and y2. We are really interested into y4. So it's right here. So we could see the values. Look at, this is the family package for Miss Jackson's family, single parent family package. This is what happens if they have individual packages. So the first month, the family package is expensive by $5.50. Second month, family package is expensive by $1. Third month, the family package is cheaper by $3.50. Then fourth month again, it is cheaper by $8. This is cheaper by $12.50. So it's keep getting cheaper and cheaper, more cheaper and cheaper with the family package. So our answer is the beneficial package is the family package than the two individual packages. So let us verify this in a different method before we conclude the answer and conclude in the next slide. So we go back to the presentation. Now how we are going to check in a different way to verify our answer. So now instead of depending on what the calculator did, let us do it manually. So let us form an algebraic formula for combining the formulas from part A and part B. Instead of using y1 and y2, let us really use those expressions. So membership cost combined, so for adults and students. So for the adults, do you remember what we had? we had 40 plus 40x. For students, we had 20 plus 19.5x. So bring those two. Now I'm going to add. So to simplify these, we have to combine the like terms. The 40 and 20 together is 60 like terms. The 40x and 19.5x are the like term, which is 59.5x. So that's a single expression for our combined cost. So now we could really create a table for this and compare this with the Y4 we just made to verify our answer instead of doing it separate. So now membership sub adults and student combined of x is 60 plus 59.5x. So I'm going to use all these into Y5. So let me bring my calculator up again. So go to y5 equals 60 plus 59.5x, and we don't have to change anything with the table set, so we could just view the table. So second graph brings the table and we want to see y5. So I use my right navigation button and I could see my y4 and y5 if I go up to the first month. So you know what, okay, so after the first month I see the prices are same from first month all the way up to 7th month. So now let us go back. Our answers are correct with the y4 and y5, so we could conclude our answer whatever we already observed. So going back to the presentation, so the conclusion is it will be beneficial for Ms. Jackson to get the single parent family package if she plans to get the membership for more than 2 months. So now this is the different representation for combined cost of individual packages. So the expression is 60 plus 59.5x. These are the ordered pairs. That's different functions. What we had all together. This is the table and we have the graph. So it's really nice to teach you this on this platform. So if you have any question or comment, feel free to contact me at my email address. Thank you for watching.
Good morning, CMSD. Thank you for having me back. Again, I am Ian Rice at JFK Eagle Academy, soon to be John F. Kennedy next. And also, congratulations, seniors, on graduating. I know it was a weird semester, but you did it despite the difficulties. Very proud of you. Good luck with whatever comes next. My first time broadcasting to you was back on Thursday, May 28th. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start off with a really quick review and go into our new stuff today, which include our fitness components, the deck of fun, and a really nice and thorough cool down. So let's review first and get moving. The three main points that we're going to review from May 28th are space, equipment, and 5 exercises that I demoed on how to make easier or harder. Space is the easiest thing to tackle first. Just make sure that wherever you work out, the environment is safe, open, and clean. Reasons we want those things are so we're not slipping and sliding and running into other objects or people. There are a variety of household items you can use if you do not have any barbells or dumbbells or any other type of official fitness weights. So you can use jugs, paint cans, cans of food. You can fill up a laundry basket to meet your desired weights. You can also use a book bag, but I encourage you to be cautious with the book bag because the more weight you add, the more likely it's going to tear, as not all book bags are made the same. You can also use a chair to hit different angles, again, like for incline or decline push-ups. If you don't have a phone, find yourself a clock or a stopwatch to make sure that you are able to track your time, and of course paper, pens, so you can write down your data as you do it. Oh, and you can also use a towel for your yoga, because we all need that. And last is our 5 exercises. Again, push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks, squats, and burpees. For each demo that you're about to see, I'm going to start off with the basic exercise, and then if an exercise is harder, I'll add those demos in after that, and then I'll follow through with the easier movements after that. Caught up with our review. Now we're going to start our new concept today, which is our 5 fitness components. We've got cardiovascular endurance, muscular endurance, flexibility, muscular strength, and body composition. To be a well-balanced individual, you should be working on all of these on a weekly basis, not daily. It's really hard to cram all of them in at once because each one has its own exercises and or activities. So let's get to it. We're going to start off with cardiorespiratory endurance, also known as cardio. Definition: the ability to use your heart and lungs to supply oxygen during physical activity. 2 types: aerobic, which are physical activities requiring oxygen. Examples are running, biking, swimming, basketball, soccer, etc. And then the other type is anaerobic, physical activities requiring little to no oxygen. Examples are sprinting, weightlifting, plyometrics, etc. My demonstrations will be purely on aerobic. The anaerobic will come later. Muscular endurance. Definition: the ability to use your muscles to failure. Examples are wall sit, high plank, low plank, 6 inches, or any exercise to failure, meaning perform any exercise until you cannot do it anymore with correct form. Here's some food for thought. Certain exercises like push-ups and pull-ups are only considered endurance if you can do them with ease. If you cannot, then they are considered strength until your body gets used to doing them. Flexibility and mobility. The definition for flexibility is the ability to passively move your muscles in a full and normal range of motion. Example would be performing a sitting toe touch with someone pushing your upper body towards your toes. Now, mobility is not something that I think we generally teach in schools these days, but I think it's something we need to start doing, and I think it should be combined with flexibility, because while flexibility focuses on your muscles, mobility focuses on your joints, and those are just as important, if not more important, to remain functional, especially if you're a school athlete. So, your definition for mobility is the ability to actively move your joints in a full and normal range of motion. An example is performing a sitting toe touch on your own. However, if you consistently stretch every day, it is going to improve your flexibility and mobility. And here are some demos, and you will also follow these demos and more at the end of our lesson. Muscular strength. Definition: the ability to use your muscles to exert a force. Examples are bench press, back squat, strict press, deadlift, etc. This basically means that you have to move something that has weight on it in order for your muscles to grow. The heavier the weight, the stronger your muscles will grow, but you also have to take time for your muscles to adapt to different loads of weight to lift them without injuring yourself. And again, your food for thought, as we already stated in the endurance section, certain exercises like push-ups and pull-ups are only considered strength if you cannot do them. If you can, then they are considered endurance because you can complete them with ease. Here are some examples of some strength exercises. And our fifth fitness component is body composition. Definition: the proportion of fat and non-fat mass in your body. It is based on the percentage of fat versus non-fat mass, which includes bone, water, and muscle. The best way to have a healthy body composition is by being physically active and eating nutrient-dense food. There are various ways to calculate this if you have the time and the tools, but this is another topic for a different time. Just eat healthy and exercise and you'll be fine. Second piece of today's lesson is the deck of fun. But before we get right into it, we need to do our warm-up first. Why? Because every workout, regardless if you're playing basketball, lifting weights, running, playing Just Dance, it doesn't matter. You should always do a warm-up, a main activity, and then your cool-down. So, on to the warm-up. Alright, today's main activity should be actually a fun one, even though it doesn't sound like it. It's called Deck of Pain. There's no time limit. You move at your leisure and you push as hard as you need to. The rules. First, you need to find a deck of cards. If you don't have a deck of cards, you need to create a deck. Next, you need to shuffle your deck of cards. Third, you need to choose either the exercise base suits on the left or the exercise base numbers on the right. What that's basically doing is you are identifying what exercises you're going to use for each card. If you go with suits based, you're choosing 4 total exercises, 1 for each suit: spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs. And every time you draw one of those suits, you do the number of reps that's on the card. If you grab a jack, that's 11 reps, queen is 12, king is 13, ace, you can choose 1 or 14. If you go with the list on the right, the exercise-based numbers, then you're going to be choosing 13 different exercises, and you'll perform them 4 times every time you draw that number. And you will perform each exercise based off of the number that you've drawn, unless you decide, like for example I have down here 8 and 9, do a high plank for 30 seconds or do a low plank for 30 seconds. So you can adjust the number of reps or time per card. It's just a different way to do it. So moving on to step 5, because I mixed a few steps, you just start by flipping one card over a time, doing the exercise and the number of reps or seconds attached to that card, and the game ends when you have flipped all cards and completed all exercises and reps. For me today, I'm going to go with the example on the right, where you choose 13 different exercises and associate that with the number or the symbol. So I have for 2, pike hold, 3, 50 lunge walk, 50-foot lunge walk, 4, hollow hold for 30 seconds, 5, 40 band pull aparts, 6, lunge jumps, 7 dips, 8 box jumps, 9 eccentric push-ups, 10 alternating pistols with a chair, 11 jack V-ups, 12 queen, 1 leg step-ups, 6 right and 6 left, 13 king double unders, and 14 ace decline push-ups. So I've created a workout that will help me focus on skills that I've been trying to improve on, as well as just hit everything from top to bottom. You are encouraged to make your own list of exercises, regardless if you are doing number symbol based or suit based. So again, it's your choice on whether you want to do the exercises based off the suit, diamonds, hearts, clubs, spades, or do exercises based off the numbers and symbols. There's a benefit for either one. So if you stick with the suits, you're going to be doing 4 exercises, but you're going to be doing a lot of reps for each one, which means you'll be building up your endurance, and that's a positive thing to have. On the flip side, if you decide to do exercises based on the numbers and symbols, you'll have more exercises to do, less rounds of each, which also means you can try and improve those exercises and move up to next level skills. So again, I threw pistols in mine, which is the one-legged squat. I still have an issue doing it without a chair because of my ankle mobility. But the more I practice pistols with a chair, I will eventually get to pistols without a chair. So, you do you. Make yourself better today through your endurance or through your skills, and enjoy the process. And again, in the directions it says, if you need to, grab a friend or family member to do it with. It's always more fun to work out with someone else. So, I'm going to get my skills on. You do the same. Good luck. The third and final piece for today is an extended cooldown. What I mean by extended is it's going to be a longer cooldown than I normally give during certain workouts, because we want to focus on our flexibility for this portion. Flexibility is actually one of those components where you can work on it every single day, and to be honest, you should. I, at the age of 35, have already experienced knee problems, ankle issues, and it's just because I don't stretch enough. Even when I was back in high school, that's where I started my weightlifting journey, and while I did certain exercises daily, I didn't push myself hard enough. And now that I'm doing other activities that are a little bit more intense, I'm feeling the repercussions of the lack of stretching, so I'm injuring myself a little bit more. But it is getting better. I do stretch just about daily, and I also like to participate in yoga. Trust me, if yoga's for everyone, it's a great thing to do. So this cool down sequence is extended, and it's going to target every single area of your body, opening things up, letting things breathe, and making things better and heal quicker. Just make sure that for every single exercise you do, you're going to hold it for 30 seconds, and that goes for exercises where you hold one position or exercises where you have to switch sides. So let's work on that flexibility. 30 seconds for each exercise. Go. And there's today's lesson. Again, we cover the 5 fitness components, the deck of fun, and an extended cool down. If for some reason you missed any of this, please come back to YouTube when this video gets posted so you can catch all the information. But again, it's all here for you. I hope you use it and use it wisely. Be better than you were yesterday. I'll see you later. Have a good summer.
This is CMSD.
I am.
Yo soy.
I am
Cleveland's public schools.